Shall we begin? Yes, we shall. And hello, and hello. I've never imparted this knowledge to anyone until this moment here. Incredible. Hi there, I'm Taika Waititi, and welcome to this, whatever this is, Adobe thing. I'm going to be talking about creativity and just how I do the things that I do, whatever they are. Shall we begin? We shall. So why does anyone create? So why do we create? Why does anyone create? Why do I create? Why do I create? I don't know how to do anything else, really. I've always been creative. I've always done it. This feels like an AA meeting, the way I'm saying this. Hi, my name's Taika Waititi, and I'm a creative. Because I started late, but my first short film was, my first proper short film got nominated for an Academy Award. And then, really, even if I had not wanted to do any more films, it was just the thing I kind of had to do. I got encouraged to do it, and everyone said, you may as well just keep doing that, because it seems like you're good at it. And I sort of fell into this, like, relationship with film. I thought, do I really want to? I just wanted to give it a go, and sort of started exploring, like, what this thing could be. I didn't go to film school. I didn't study. All I did was watch movies. And I would take movies that I thought were good, the ones that I thought were, that I really enjoyed, and I didn't even dissect them or, like, analyze them. I just watched them again and again. I thought, okay, I think I get what's happening here. They're just telling a really good story. And so I slowly formed a relationship with film, and there's my food.
Thank you.
So, is this sourdough? I mean, I grew up humble. Don't get too comfortable. That's my advice. Usually, the creative inspiration comes from not sitting in seats that are too comfortable. You have to keep moving a lot. I get inspiration from people, eavesdropping. That's a good one. Stealing pieces of other people's lives, putting them into my films. Hunt for the Wilder People, there's a scene in that, and it's a funeral scene, and that priest, the whole sermon that he gives was taken from a funeral that I went to. Sometimes it'll be through mistakes, like wearing like one purple sock and one sort of maroony crimson sock, and it's not just because you want to be interesting. Literally could not find matching socks this morning. Throughout my life, I was looking for something that, what am I gonna do? Taika Waititi, storyteller. Nah, I've changed my mind. I'm not calling myself a storyteller. I'm gonna go back to artist. Here's the thing, 90% of all ideas are shit, and 90% of all art is terrible. 90% of all movies are pretty bad. And I think if you kind of take that ratio into account, it allows you to relax a lot more. You know, you don't have to worry about making something good all the time. When I'm writing, I know that a lot of it should never see the light of day. The problem with a lot of artists or filmmakers is that they don't listen to the voices in their heads. The really cool thing about making film is there's still an honest transaction between the artist and the audience. In the gallery world, it's pretty much constructed of bullshit. Someone comes in off the street and is told why a piece of art is good. And that sucks. I like film because an audience is paying quite a lot of money these days for the right to judge your work. And you can't say, oh, well, they didn't get it. As a filmmaker, you don't have the right. Okay, let's talk about process. You ready? P-R-O-C-E-S-S. Process. Mix all the letters around. What do you get? Cesspool. And that is Hollywood. Action! And then I say cut. It's as easy as that. And then they just give you an Oscar. My box set is the best box set in the world. Like, what would be a cool end? What would be a cool scene? This would be kind of fun. And if I collect enough of those little things, then I think, oh, maybe is there some sort of shape to this? I don't think anyone, and I'd be worried if someone actually did do this, I don't think anyone actually says, I'm going to make a movie where the theme is about blah-de-blah-de-blah. If you're thinking like that, then there's something wrong with you. No one thinks with theme first. Theme is something that comes later once you've finished the film, and then some nerdy film student goes, I think the theme is about loyalty. And then you go, yeah, totally. I was totally thinking about loyalty when I made this. So the process is also faking it. Faking it till you make it. And I do that a lot. I feel like you've got to be nervous. I don't ever go into a film unless I feel like it could be the end of a career. Otherwise, what's the point? And I'm not talking about being reckless and like being, you know, like, oh, l'enfant terrible of film is makes so many risks and it's trying to shock everyone. I don't try and do that. I just want to feel like if I'm nervous enough, then I'm going to scramble and try to make something good. If everything's too easy and everything feels very, very comfortable the whole way through, what's the point? But also you should be pretty nervous because films shouldn't come easy. It's like life. You really want a life where you're just happy all the time? How boring. I mean, I do want to be happy all the time, but it's more interesting when you have the down times and those, yeah, you go into those dark places. Then the happy times and the moments of joy and the light is brighter. So that's why I think part of my process is trying to create a bit of chaos, making it a little bit more chaotic, a little bit messy, break things. I don't enjoy watching a film being put together. Just every tiny little piece. Some people, editors, they're called. Some people have a brain for that. Quick, little edits in between cameras, just like that. And that's the editing process. My usual process of editing is I'll go in, I'll watch an assembly, I'll watch the cut, I'll think, well, that's it. I had a good run with this filmmaking thing. Probably time to find a new job. Then I freak out that I don't want to be seen to fail, especially when you're dealing with a lot of other people's money when you're making these films. So you really should kind of just try to fix the film. So then begins a months and months long process of trying to find what the real film is within this thing that you've made. The filming, that's the fun part, being on set, you know, filming stuff, having a laugh, all that stuff's great. And that for me is sort of like just collecting ingredients for a meal. And then you get back into the kitchen and you realize, yeah, I should have really made a real decision of what the meal was going to be before I went out and got the ingredients. And then you're just trying to figure out, well, what can we make with these ingredients? And about 6 months later, you deliver the dish, and they sometimes will go, hey, I thought this was going to be a ratatouille. And you go, no, well, it's actually a chocolate cake pasta. Here's my big influence. I'm influenced by just certain people who are artists and just the way that they move throughout life and throughout the world and throughout the creative path. And just when you thought you had them pegged, they went, nah, go this way. David Bowie, Picasso, Madonna, my mom. Because I think if you start doing the same thing again and again and again, then it turns into a job. And then you're just in traffic waiting to go to work. Boo. So I just cannot see myself just waking up and feeling like, where did that time go? I know where all my time went. How everything happened in my life, when it started. I didn't start making films until I was, 30? Perfect. Very happy with that. Get your life skills. Enjoy absorbing what the world has to give you, what life has to throw at you. And that then can be your fuel and what you tap into later on when you've decided what you want to do, if you want to become a filmmaker, if you want to paint stupid pictures. And that's how I feel like that's the advice I usually give to people. Just chill out. With writing, my advice that no one ever takes is take as long as you can to write. I will write, and then I'll put the script away and I won't look at it for maybe 6 months, maybe a year. Sometimes I would take 2 years away from the script. Hunt for the Wilder People, I wrote the first draft in maybe 2004, and we shot that in 2015. You do the math. That's just the process. And in that time I made 3 other features. So yeah, you're kind of like drifting around all your different projects. But yeah, that's the key is really, is to take your time. Give yourself the time. Someone said to me, what's your work like? What can I expect? I'd say it's like, are they comedies? Yeah. Are they dramas? Sort of. They're like sort of mildly depressing comedies or kind of funny, sad dramas. And that's why I like my films, is it's a real mix of the comedy sometimes is there just to disarm the audience in order to deliver a story with more resonance than just something that's, a kind of a silly, broad comedy. That's more reflective of life, is this idea that it is a comedy and a drama, constantly battling, and in most people's day-to-day lives are a mix of feeling happy, feeling inadequate, feeling depressed, feeling happy again. The human being is in a constant state of flux and change, and it's just an emotional ebbs and flows, and that's probably what makes us fascinating. I'm just interested in people. That's my main thing, really. I like watching people, I like talking to people and figuring them out, and then sometimes telling stories about them. That's probably what makes me want to keep telling human stories.